Mad Squad, what's howling is Joe, aka Mad Joe FC, Inhumans episode 4, Make Way for Medusa. This was definitely the best episode so far out of the first 4 episodes. And I'm not the only one who thinks that. A lot of people who say like they didn't like the show, some of those people are starting to have interest in the show now because of episodes 3 and 4. Those 2 episodes were received fairly well, I will say. So at the beginning, we basically, like, everybody's finally moving on from like where they were in the first 3 episodes. We're finally seeing like everybody advance. So Medusa and I can't remember the lady's name, but you know who I'm talking about. The lady who Medusa put the gun to her, forced her to drive her around. Her and Medusa are, driving around trying to find Black Bolt. And like I said in my review for episode 3, I said in episode 4, it would, when we see them, it'll just be them kind of getting along, or either like just, they have to be there just to help each other, and maybe they'll eventually, kind of start to like each other, which kind of started to happen near the end of the episode. So that was cool. Karnak, he and the one woman, so I was like, because in episode 3, when she was like healing his head, like his wound, I was like, I could see something happen between them, but I don't know. I don't. It's like I could see it happening, but I just didn't think it would. And so when things did happen, and more things happened than I thought would happen, I was like, well, okay, you go, Karnak. You get you some, Karnak. So, but the one dude, I don't remember their names. I don't even think their names were said. They probably were, but I don't remember. Either way, he isn't happy about that, and I think he killed the other dude, because at the end he was digging a hole, and the dude had like giant marks on his face, as if like he had been beaten with something. So I think he killed the dude, and I'm sure Karnak will have his powers back fully, or either at least partially, by episode 5, because in the review for episode 5, or like the preview where it shows what's happening in the next episode, like we saw the dude getting ready to shoot Karnak, in like you saw that stuff that it shows when he's like determining what will happen. And so basically he was predicting what already happened. So it looks like Karnak's gonna get his powers back. Medusa, she was buzz cut for another episode, and it looks like that might be the case for episode 5 as well. It didn't show anything like that she could be getting her hair back or anything. So yeah, we'll be stuck with buzz cut Medusa for a while, which I do not mind. Okay, I don't mind it as much as before. I remember I really wanted to see some hair action with Medusa, but now I'm liking more of like the hardcore, I don't have my hair, so I have to stick to other resources. Medusa is cool and it's working for me. As for Maui, I said in my last review I'm going to call that guy Maui, that Hawaiian prisoner, because he looks kind of like Maui, and I still don't remember his actual name. So him and Black Bolt were taken by the one dude to a facility, which basically they were just like trading one prison for another, because the dude who took the DNA of Black Bolt is trying to reconfigure it for his own means to, well, he's like trying to make good out of it, like to help mankind. But you know how it works when like somebody wants like this advanced thing. They're trying to help humankind, but they don't realize that like they're doing wrong and they don't need to be doing this. It was that kind of thing. So they escaped, and finally, Black Bolt and Medusa reunited. I kind of would have been pissed if at the end of this episode something else happened when Medusa got to Black Bolt after the explosion, and then something else happened that it separated them. But that was one of my favorite parts of the episode as well, is when Medusa and Black Bolt saw each other and they went to each other and kissed. That was one of my favorite parts of the episode, if not my favorite part. I just think everything was done well, from the camera work, from the choice of song that they had there. Everything just works. And I usually hate those kind of things where the man and woman run up to each other. I hate that kind of thing. But I loved it in Pirates of the Caribbean. In that one movie, I can't remember which one it was. It might have been Curse of the Black Pearl. Don't hate me if I'm wrong. And I liked it in Inhumans. I think it worked really well with, like I said, the camera shots and the theme that was playing. And Mortis, so I kind of don't get why they just, I do and I don't. Okay, I get why they just left him, in the sense of they can't really do anything, because if Black Bolt could do something, but if he even just whispers, he will destroy the whole lot they were on. So, and then Medusa doesn't have her hair, so she can't do anything. So they can't do anything. Crystal and that guy, I don't remember most of these people's names except for the actual Inhumans. So Crystal and that guy seem to be getting along well. His ex helped with Lockjaw, so that was cool. And I like that Lockjaw has been in every episode, and because it's completely CGI and it's on a TV show budget, though the budget was kind of big. So I am glad that even though we might not be seeing Lockjaw I don't need to see Lockjaw teleporting to be satisfied. As long as I see Lockjaw in at least a few scenes every episode, I'm good. I don't have to see him teleporting to be satisfied. As long as I see Lockjaw on screen, I'm good. So he's still wounded or kind of sedated, and then he also got hit by the four-wheelers. When that happened, I could care less about if the guy was okay. I was just worried about my puppy Lockjaw. That's all I was worried about, especially when he whimpered. You could tell he was hurt. I hated that. I could care less about the guy or his four-wheeler. I just cared about my puppy. Gorgon and the dudes that he found, their relationship or their bond that they're having is probably in my top, or it's at least one of my favorite bonds that has been formed so far in the series. I just really like the aspect of they, they're up against people from the moon on another planetary system, and they're still willing to fight to help Gorgon find his king, since they once had a king as well. It's in honor of their king as well. So I found that really cool, that how far they're willing to go, and that Gorgon already kind of thinks of them as family, because they literally saved him from, I guess it didn't look like he was about to drown, but they just pulled him to shore, helped him, and they've been with him. They've been by his side this whole entire time. And some of you might be like, oh, that's really cliche, that's really stupid how he's already thinking of them as family. Well, think about El Diablo in Suicide Squad. And I loved that movie. You guys know I love the DCEU, even though most people hate it. I freaking love the DCEU. But even I can admit when things seemed a little really... And that was one of those cases. With this, is different. He's been with them for a few days. They literally like helped him, pulled him to shore. They've stuck by his side literally the whole entire time and been rocking with him. Even though he's told them to back off, they've still been rocking with him. You gotta respect that. Maximus is still trying to locate the royal family, and he wants them killed so that he'll be ensured king of the throne and of Atlan. And this is a twist. Maximus has a connection to the guy who, took the DNA sample of Black Bolt. But, so the guy doesn't know that Maximus is Black Bolt's brother. He doesn't know that Maximus is on the moon. He doesn't know any of that. So, like, that dude's not a bad, like, he's genuinely not a bad guy. He took Black Bolt's DNA, like, not to do anything bad, just to help mankind, but he doesn't realize he shouldn't be doing that. And then he's talking to Maximus when he doesn't realize that Maximus has overthrown the royal family. So, that's crazy. And I assume we'll learn how the dude came into contact with Maximus, because Maximus is on the moon, this dude is on Earth, and I don't think it was ever explained how they came into contact. We just saw them being in contact. I don't think it was explained, or either it was, but I missed some dialogue, which I don't think I did. Let me know if I did, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. I just really love all these bonds that the Inhumans are creating with regular humans. And at first, I was skeptical about this, okay? I was skeptical about Medusa not having her hair. I was skeptical about Karnak being injured and not having his powers. I was skeptical about that stuff, because I was like, this is the Inhumans. We want to see the Inhumans in action. But then, again, it's the Inhumans. So we're here to see, them. Not necessarily them in action all the time, but just them as people as well. So I'm sure Karnak's getting his powers back anyway on episode 5, and then Medusa, I'm pretty sure she'll have her hair back before the end of the season, so we'll get to see some more Medusa hair action. So it's all good, okay? It's all good, and I'm enjoying the bonds. I'm enjoying the bond that Medusa and the NASA research lady are having. Near the end, they were finally, starting to like each other. Black Bolt and Maui as well. Black Bolt learned that Maui was also an Inhuman, so they could really connect in that way, and they became, they're kind of bonding well, helping each other out, sticking by each other. There's not much to say about Karnak, but he's definitely in good hands with the person he's bonding with, and doing a lot more than just bonding from what I saw in that last scene. I'd love to be in his position. Yeah. Besides the other dude who was freaking burying the one other dude. Other than that, I'd say Karnak is in the best position. Gorgon, he's in a pretty good position. Like I said before, and like we've seen, those dudes, like, they're rocking with them heavy. Even though he kept telling them to back off, they're still rocking with them heavy. Even after they pulled him to shore, they've been with them. So, you gotta respect that. Crystal and the dude who ran to Lockjaw, they seem to be doing good as well. The last thing we saw with them was when he gave her the high five. So, yeah, like, all the Inhumans have found, like, a regular human, and they're all bonded. They're learning to bond together really well, and I'm really, really, really liking it. I assume next episode we'll pick up probably at the location wherever Medusa, Black Bolt, and that lady end up driving to, and they have one girl in the back of the trunk. She could help them get back to Adelan, they assume. So And then also Mortis is still alive. So I assume he'll be trailing them as well. We'll see him kind of trailing them throughout maybe like the first part of the episode until he eventually gets to them, I'd assume. Episode 4 is definitely the best episode in my opinion. I said that about episode 3 when episode 3 dropped. So the way I'm seeing this, like the way it is feeling for me, well, first, I've enjoyed all the episodes already, okay? Just know that, like, I've enjoyed all the episodes anyway, so, I mean, it doesn't really matter for me. But, for the people who didn't like the show and were turned off by it through the trailers and stuff, some of those people are actually becoming interested, okay? I believe episode 4 did get the highest rating out of all the episodes. Episode 4 is the most well received, I believe, as well. And, you know, some people who weren't interested in it are now becoming interested in it because it's getting good for them. And like I said, I've enjoyed all the episodes, but episode 3 and 4 is now is really starting to get good. Like, it's having, episode 4 specifically had that factor of, it had that, like, for me, it had the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. ending level status. And what I mean by that is, every episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., when it ends, you need to see, like, you're itching to see the next episode. That's what episode 4 had for me of Inhumans. It had that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. ending status level. That's what it had for me. So, I'm really, really hyped for episode 5. And I'm going to watch all 8 episodes. And I'm going to enjoy all 8 episodes. I've enjoyed the first 4 so far. Okay. I already told you guys I was going to like the show. I wasn't going to listen to what anybody said. Okay. Don't do that. Just watch on your own free will. Don't listen to reviews or anything because that's their opinion. You shouldn't let other people's opinions sway your opinions. Okay. Go by what you feel. If you feel you might actually like it, give it a chance. You never know. If you enjoyed my review for episode 4 of Inhumans Make Way for Medusa, let me know what you thought, and let me know what you thought of episode 4 as well, and let me know what you have thought of the first 4 episodes so far. Which ones were your favorite? Which ones didn't you like? What do you think they've done better? What do you think still needs working on? Okay, let me know all of your thoughts on this first half so far. Links to all my social medias down below in the description box. There are 2 like buttons. Be sure to hit the button with the thumb pointing up. Share this video to anyone you feel would enjoy. If you are new around here and you like what you see, tap the subscribe button and ding dong the notification bell to join the Mad Squad on our journey to 10,000 subscribers. My name is Joe, aka Mad Joe FC. Hope you all have a marvelous day. Mad out.